What up, Dokkanners? At long last, finally, Ultimate Gohan is getting an Extreme Z Awakening, and that's going to be happening tonight. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the event details. We're going to be going over this unit's passive because there's a little bit of confusion on it, and we're going to talk about some of the best units that you could bring on your team to clear this stage, the 30 stages, I should say, and earn your 30 Dragon Stones and some extra change as well. So let's begin. But first, I would like to pause for a little moment and take this opportunity to thank you guys. Thank you so much for all that you guys do for me and for this channel. I don't really talk about milestones. I don't really talk about the progress of the channel too much. I need to be more mindful of that because it really just hit me recently. I kind of went through something in the past couple of days. Don't really want to go into too much detail, but I will say that the fact that you guys have always been in my corner, you guys are there for me in the Discord, you guys are there for me on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. I notice you guys, I see your comments, and I appreciate you guys, and I just want to say thank you. You guys are instrumental in this channel growing. You guys are the reason that I've been able to afford this new equipment, which I actually have now bought a new microphone that I'm hoping works. This is my first video that I'm recording with the new microphone, so hopefully it sounds good. But whatever the case may be, you guys are the reason behind all of this moving forward, and I want to thank you guys so much. We are almost at 40,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 7,000 on Twitch. We've got almost 14,000 on Twitter, and I think we have over like 2,500 members in the Discord. So you guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will be more mindful of milestones. We're not gonna, after we reach 50,000 subscribers, whenever that is, I'm gonna start changing the hashtags to maybe every 10K or something like that, because I think it was a mistake to jump from 10K to 50K, assuming that that would be a quick climb. It wasn't, and I feel like I didn't take the opportunity to acknowledge some of the awesome moments along the way. So when we get to 50K, I'm gonna make some changes in terms of the milestone celebrations. But with that said, let's jump in and really talk about this video with this guy right here. Hybrid Saiyans, Ki +3, 170%. This is a much needed leader skill for this guy because Hybrid Saiyans has a ton of great units and also a ton of great supports, and we don't really get to appreciate that at the full 170 effect until now, which is good. Greatly raises attack permanently, so that's a permanent stacking effect. Greatly raises defense for one turn, that's temporary. It causes immense damage to the enemy. Attack and defense plus 158%, super class allies defense plus 50, Entrusted Will Superclass Allies Ki +2 attack plus 30%. Now this is where things get a little confusing, and I think a lot of people were thrown off by this back when I made this video the first time, and I did too. And thanks to you guys, you clarified for me, because apparently this is a whole thing on Twitter. I think even Truth was a little confused by something regarding this. I don't remember, but here's what's going on here. High chance to guard all attacks. Guards all attacks and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 4 turns when guard is activated. So what this basically means is that when this 50% chance to guard succeeds, you actually get the guard. Then you are guaranteed to be given 4 turns of guaranteed guard, and you are also given an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. And then after those 4 turns have resolved, from the time that you first got hit and the guard triggered, it would then reset. So then you would go back here and you would have to wait again for the high chance to kick in. When you're facing against a type advantage situation, like let's say for example you're on physical super battle road, I don't know how you phrase it. When you're facing a whole bunch of physical enemies, you have type advantage. Therefore, when they hit you, your guard will be activated. You're basically set the entire fight. But in normal cases, if you have to wait for that high chance to guard to occur, all it takes is 1 guard to succeed. Once that happens, you are set for 4 turns. So hopefully that clears the confusion. I originally thought that it was a guaranteed guard for 4 turns from the start of battle, after which it drops down to a 50% chance, kind of like the Ultra Instinct, where you have 70% chance for the first like 7 turns, then it drops down to 50. I thought it was something like that, but it is not like that. So hopefully that clears up any confusion you guys might have had. It clears up my confusion. It is a little weird in terms of the phrasing, but you just have to get used to it because this is probably how it's going to be with other future units moving forward. In terms of links, once again, one of the issues with this unit was the Ki, because you only had Shocking Speed and Saiyan Lineage to actually give yourself Ki. Now that he has a passive that provides some Ki, that does open the door in terms of flexibility on team building to bring other units. Otherwise, you were always burdened by bringing a Shocking Speed unit or a Saiyan Lineage unit to accompany this guy on a given rotation. So thankfully, this has been changed, and that was a much needed change. It is kind of random to see Entrusted Will on this unit, but you know what? That's not too bad, because Entrusted Will does have several key hybrid Saiyans. You got Trunks, You got Gohan, you got the kids, and you got some other actually it's just Trunks and Gohan and then the kids. That's it. What other Hyper Saiyans are there? So yeah, now let's talk about the event details. So this is the event itself. Things look a little bit different because we are using DokkanInfo.com. Shout out to DokkanInfo.com. Currently on the Dokkan Wiki, the event details are not available, but still you get the same core essence right here. So Majin Buu Saga is the category of weakness. So bring Majin Buu Saga units, you will do more damage, and you will also take less damage against this foe. This guy's STR, so obviously you want to be going for some of the type advantage. So if you want to have AGL on your team, that's going to be good. As we progress here, this is where I got a little confused initially. I think this was just a glitch, but additional damage reduction against AGL, Tech, Int, STR, Physical. I personally don't think that this is right. I think this might be, I don't know, this might be some error because it shows all of the physical ones afterwards, but it doesn't show extreme. So what I think is trying to be conveyed here is that if you bring extreme units, you will not have damage reduction of 80%. I think that's what that means. So if I were you folks, I would try to prioritize extreme AGL and maybe one of these types. Definitely don't bring the physical ones if you're thinking about damage, actually doing damage. Just keep in mind though, if they're all in the Majin Buu Saga category, even if they have type disadvantage, they will still be able to tank fairly well. But in terms of actually doing damage, in terms of the output, try to stick towards the AGL side to actually do more damage. We'll have to wait and see what the actual weaknesses are once the event begins, because this one's kind of a little jumbled up here, but that's my assumption. So that's pretty much all I can tell you for that. And then as you scroll down to round 30, you get a Dragon Stone, after which you get Hercule statues. And I think there are a couple of missions that also can give you more stones, the time attack missions. If you clear stage 20 in under 2 minutes, 15 seconds, something like that, you'll get a Dragon Stone. If you clear stage 10 in under a minute and a half or something like that, you'll get another Dragon Stone. So over 30 Dragon Stones headed your way on this event. For the Majin Buu Saga category, there are a number of good guys and not so many bad guys. When it comes to the bad guys, your only options are really Buu, Majin Vegeta, and Deborah. That's pretty much it. So if you are going to have to use some good guys, try to stick them in the type advantage department. Try to bring some units that are in the AGL class. That might help you do a little bit more damage. Also, there are some good supports, like you've got the Hercule and Buu. They do support Majin Buu class allies no matter what you are, super or extreme. But there are some other really hard-hitting units on this category. So make sure to really go through and think about what are some of the best team builds that you can put together. Here are some options that I have provided. Not too many, since this is a smaller category for the extreme side. But here is one example of an extreme Majin Buu class team. You just bring Majin Power. Just bring Tech, Exchange Buu for that key +4 170% stat treatment you will get across the board for all of the Majin Buu units. You've got the Battle of Fate. Is it Battle of Fate? Yeah, the Battle of Fate lead, Kid Buu on the team. If you guys don't have this guy, not a big deal. We can actually, let me just throw on some other units that you could bring instead of these guys. So this is my favorite for this event because he's got type advantage. He has a medium chance to dodge, and he has a passive that recovers health. So that's going to be a very good thing. So let's just show you for Majin Buu Saga. Let's go to extreme class. And as you can see, a lot of pink here, right? A lot of pink. So let's put together some of the more basic units. Let's bring in AGL Kid Buu, Bukalo again. Let's bring in Buhan. Let's bring in Super Buu. Let's bring in Fat Buu. There's your squad right there. That team's going to be great. You're going to do a good chunk of damage. Once this guy transforms and get even stronger, he's going to be helping you out. So this is essentially what you want to be trying to do. Plus, don't worry so much about the damage that you take in. With all of these different Buus, I've already done videos on this in the past. Infinite regeneration and the various passives that these Buus have, you're going to be healing your health. As long as you can, you know, not get overwhelmed with too much damage, as long as you can stay around the ballpark of 30% or above, you will be able to heal back all of your damage over time, and you'll be just fine. You don't even need items for this. I mean, you typically can't use items for Extreme Z Battle, but you will definitely not miss that ability with these types of units on your team. So any version of Majin Power is going to be a great one for this. Another possible team build could be the Battle of Fate Majin Buu Saga category. This unit does lead the Majin Buu Saga category. So if you don't have the STR Goku Vegeta unit and you're trying to prioritize evil units, you could bring Kid Buu. You do lack defense though, so your defense is at 130%. And I just threw on a bunch of other units that you could bring. Majin Vegeta is going to be a great unit for this event because if you bring a Goku on the team, you get a critical hit plus 20% as long as he is attacking on the same turn. So you bring a Goku and a Vegeta together, the Goku won't do so much damage, but the Vegeta will be doing the bulk of the work for you. And a great way to do that is to actually bring Majin Vegeta on the same rotation as the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, because this guy can transform orbs into AGL. So if you put this guy on the same rotation as the Majin Vegeta, you can get a nice ultra super attack and do even more damage, and also have a 20% chance for a critical hit. I built this guy a little weird. We don't need to talk about that, but I basically have designed this guy to rely solely on having a Goku on the rotation to get his critical hit ratio. So these are 3 possible teams that you could put together if you have no evil units. Maybe you just have the Majin Vegeta. Your Majin Vegeta can essentially be the focal point of the event. You could bring other good guys that are just AGL. This EZA Super Saiyan Goten is fantastic. You will pretty much not be taking any damage with this guy on your team. Granted, you have to have a Trunks on the team to actually utilize his full passive. You've also got an opportunity to heal with this Goku and Vegeta, who turns into the Vegito. So there's a lot of different ways to do this, but for the most part, the evil way is the better way. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what team you are going to be bringing for this event, and let me know in the comments how you plan on building the Ultimate Gohan. Are you going to be focusing on additional, or are you going to be focusing on critical, with the fact that he gains an additional super attack for 4 turns after getting 1 guard? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future, and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.